Angelos, what do you think about these products which stimulate melanocyte to have the effect of being under the sun without the sun, after bronzanты, and just the opposite, when we have to defend our skin from the sun, when we are too much under the sun?
Okay, let's talk about physiology again. The melanocytes are activated when there is a threat to the skin. That means if we have too much sun or too much infrared radiation or UV radiation, which is radiation that has a lot of energy, then the melanocytes are stimulated to protect us. If we have any mechanical stress or any kind of trauma, of course, the melanocytes are there. So I would suggest not to use any chemical stimulator that stimulate the melanocytes for overproduction of melanosomes, because melanocytes is a cell that genetically is regulated for such a role, to have such a role and protect us from hazards or different variations of radiation or overexposures to any kind of radiation. On the other hand, I would say that if you do this once a year or twice a year, the cell has the ability to recover from such a damage, chemical damage or chemical stimulation for overproduction. But if you do it quite often, this is rather dangerous, because the melanocytes give the most dangerous cancer we know as a melanoma. So if it is for temporary use, it's okay. Once a year, twice a year, it's not gonna make a big harm. But why, I would say, why we don't use the natural ways to stimulate the melanocytes? That means, according to the phototype, everybody has the ability to stimulate the melanocytes with the exposure to the sun. If we are exposed to the sun, the most important thing is that we get the hormonal D, which stimulates our immune system. Because the hormone D stimulates our immune system. If you don't have vitamin D or hormone D, you don't have a strong immune system. Number one. Second, according to the phototype, we have to be exposed at a certain time during the day, during every day. It depends on the geographic area that we live in. So in this case, I would suggest to everybody, stay in the sun 1 or 2 or 3 hours maximum, according to the phototype. That means the blonde people, they have to stay 1 hour maximum under the sun in order to get enough vitamin D. And then they progressively, if they stay 1 hour every day, progressively there will be a stimulation, natural stimulation of the melanocytes to produce melanosomes and to have a nice color. But I would suggest for the people, they are darker or they have phototype 3 or 4, then they can be exposed longer, and they need to be exposed longer without sunblock. Why? Because the darkest skin, they block the infrared and UV on the skin. So you need more time to be exposed to get the same amount of vitamin D in the body. So everything has to be personalized. Don't be exposed to the chemicals which are not biocompatible. If you're exposed 1 or 2 times a year, do it. It's not going to harm you, but there are too many other natural ways. And of course, if you are exposed or you are overexposed to the sun, you need to use the proper sunblock in order to have the benefit of the exposure, because the overexposure to the sun damages the cellular membrane, and then if you damage the cellular membrane on the long run, then you have lack of the vitamin D or hormone D, which influence the immune system in the body.